Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing the cheap art supply challenge, which was first made by Bailey J, a really famous YouTuber who's been around for such a long time, reviewing a lot of products. And if you don't know her yet, I'll link her down to the description below. But yeah, I think you probably know her if you're watching me. So the goal of this challenge is to use the cheap art supplies, or maybe I don't want to say cheap, it's affordable, because cheap means it's bad, and these aren't really bad per se. No, they're not artist quality, but you can make stuff with them, so they're not bad. So I like to call it affordable art supply challenge. And this is a special kind of a thank you to you guys, because we just reached 1,000 subscribers. So thank you. If you've been subscribed to this channel, thank you very much. And if you're not yet subscribed, then definitely go subscribe to my channel, because I do weekly uploads and there's a lot more content coming up, especially reviews. I have a lot of products to review. Yeah, so today I'm going to be using the Symbalion watercolors, which cost me 185 pesos. I found these at a national bookstore in, I think it was SM Aura, just kind of far away SM. I got really lucky because these are sold at like resellers on Instagram for 385 pesos, or like almost 400, which is double the price of, double the original price. And it's really scandalizing to think that people online could charge that much and people would buy it from them. I just wish this product was more available. But yeah, if you can find these at a national bookstore, definitely go check them out, even the smaller sets. And then I'm using just one brush, this Best Buy size 14 brush. It costs 38 pesos and it's a rounded... Oh, wow, okay. This is the characteristic of cheap brushes. Anyway. Yeah, it's a pointed round, nice, and lot of hair. Goes to a fine point. And I wanted to try just using one brush. I'm not sure how that'll go later, but if I need a smaller brush, I'll just grab something in there. And for my paper, I'm using the Berkeley watercolor pad, which I'm not sure if it classifies as cheap, but I think this pad is like 100 plus pesos or under 200, and I've been using this when I was starting out and I didn't really have a lot of money to buy supplies, and they work pretty okay. It serves its purpose. Definitely not the best, but it's good. Okay, so I'm starting off with my pre-drawn line art on the watercolor paper, and I just use pencil to do the line art. At first, I'm coloring in the skin with the base flesh tone. And what I like about this set, or at least the set of 36, I'm not sure if the smaller sets come with it, is that it has a really good skin tone. It looks very natural, it's very light, but you can layer it a bit. And then after that, I'm just going to go to the hair bit and add the base color, because I kind of want the level of detail to be sort of balanced around the piece, and I don't like finishing one area at a time. For the skin, what I did was that I put in some light blue shadows at the start, and then some red at the nose and the cheeks, and then yellow for the more highlighted parts, just to add a bit of variety to the skin color. And then I'm adding the base shadows for the hair. And I'm just gonna leave that to settle a bit. One of the difficulties I encountered with working with these watercolors is that these cheaper watercolors are more chalky. I think the manufacturers add chalk to these watercolors to add a bit more opacity. Because it's chalky, it's more difficult to layer, and some colors are not going to get as dark as you want. Now, that can be an advantage or not, depending on how you want to work and how much control over the colors you want to have. And another thing with colors like these is that these colors tend to get a bit muddy if you over-mix a lot of colors, because the pigments aren't that pure and there's a lot of filler. But what I did was that, to my advantage, I made my piece really have that slightly muddy grit. It'll all come together with the background wash later. And here, especially with the hair part, I really had a hard time layering to get the dark brown that I want. With these watercolors, when they're wet, they look really dark, but then when they dry, they severely lighten and they have this really chalky sheen to it. Well, it's one of the things that you get when you work with more affordable supplies, but I think that these are still really workable. I had a lot of fun with just being able to play with the colors I had on hand without having to worry about wasting expensive paint. And with these paint, I think the trick to getting good images, even with cheaper paint, is to have really good line art underneath. Because when you have good lines and good forms, I think the rest will follow and you don't really have to put as much effort into the paint. And here, I'm doing the background. I think I mixed a couple of browns and grays and I'm just coloring it slightly and adding some green to give it a kind of a sandy, vintagey look. Yeah, so that has been my cheap art supply challenge and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely show some love to the thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. I do weekly art videos. And I would just like to repeat, thank you for the 1K. If you've been a subscriber for some time, thank you for sticking around and I hope you continue to watch my future videos because there's a lot more content coming up. And if you're not yet subscribed, then subscribe to my channel because I do weekly uploads and I'll definitely have a lot more. So, thanks for watching!